Two women are having lunch together and discussing the merits of cosmetic surgery. The first woman says, "I'll need to be honest with you. I'm getting a boob job." The second woman says, "Oh, that's nothing. I'm thinking of having my asshole bleached." To which the first replies, "Whoa, I just can't picture your husband as a blonde." A husband and wife were having difficulty surviving financially, so they decided that the wife should try prostitution as an extra source of income. The husband drove her out to a popular corner and informed her he would be at the side of the building if she had any questions or problems. A gentleman pulled up shortly after and asked her how much to go all the way. She told him to wait a minute and ran around the corner to ask her husband. The husband told her to tell the client $100. She went back and informed the client, at which he cried, "That is too much." He then asked, "How much for a hand job?" She asked him to wait a minute and ran to ask her husband how much. The husband said, "Ask for $40. The woman ran back and informed the client. He felt that this was an agreeable price and began to remove his pants and underwear. Upon the removal of his clothing, the woman noticed that the man was really well hung. She asked him once more to wait a moment, then ran around the corner again. Her husband asked, "Now what?" The wife replied, "Can I borrow $60? I was sitting on the top floor of a double-decker bus with my wife and my 5-year-old son. I said, 'Look, Jakey, we're bigger than everyone up here. Not bigger than Mummy, though, are we, Dad?' He replied. I looked at him and then turned to my wife. I've never been so proud and ashamed at the same time." In a mental institution, a nurse walks into a room and sees a patient acting as if he's driving a car. The nurse asks him, "Charlie, what are you doing?" He says, "Can't talk right now. I'm driving to Chicago." The nurse wishes him a good trip and leaves the room. The next day, the nurse enters Charlie's room just as he stops driving his imaginary car, and she asks, "Well, Charlie, how are you doing?" Charlie says, "I'm exhausted. I just got into Chicago and I need some rest." "That's great," replies the nurse. "I'm glad you had a safe trip." The nurse leaves Charlie's room and goes across the hall into Fred's room and finds Fred sitting on his bed masturbating vigorously. With surprise, she asks, "Fred, what the hell are you doing?" Fred smiles and replies, "I'm fucking Charlie's wife. He's in Chicago."